Hey everyone, I have a big fucking announcement to make. That's right. Talkin' Shit is now part of the Fake Mustache Studio fucking mothership. We are on it. We have jumped on with all the other good shows on there. Check them out. We are excited to be on there. So excited I lost my voice screaming all day because we are part of Fake Mustache. You guys have made us good. We're only going to get better now thanks to Fake Mustache Studios. Thank you and keep listening. Hey, before we start this episode of Talking Shit, I want to talk to you about Flex Sport watches. That's right, Flex Sport. You've seen athletes, pro athletes out there wearing bracelets. You don't know what they are? Well, now Flex Sport's taken these negative ion technology things into lightweight, stylish, waterproof digital watches. They're waterproof, they're stylish, they're lightweight. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this negative ion thing that's going on, it's scientifically proven to boost strength, balance, and endurance. So whether you're already in shape, you want to improve your fitness, you need that extra boost to get started, the Flex Sport watch is for you. It's only $12.95, comes in 4 cool colors, red, white, black, or pink. I'm getting a pink one for Farside. So get these Flex Sport watches. You can get them at flexsportwatch.com, and hopefully they'll cure my laryngitis. I want to talk to you about our website, JimandEddieTalkShit.com. It's all new with all kinds of cool shit. Get on there now and just fucking check it out. There's you can see video podcasts. You can see archived episodes. I get Twitters all the time going, hey, where's episode 3? It's on fucking here now. You can find it. So go to JimandEddieTalkShit.com. You can do all kinds of other stuff on there too. Find our Facebook, our YouTube, or whatever. There's lots of stuff. Just go, JimandEddieTalkShit.com.
Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie talk shit. Jim and Eddie talk shit.
Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Shit with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ift. I'm Jim Jeffries.
I'm Eddie Ift.
We have a very special guest with us this evening, possibly one of our biggest guests we've ever had, Mr. Jim Norton.
You've had an awful guest list.
We had.
If I'm in your top 50, you've had a shit get list.
We had Reese Darby on the other day from Fly the Conchords. He played Murray in Fly the Conchords.
Okay.
And so Reese is pretty famous. He's been in 4 or 5 movies. And he turned out to be our 3rd most famous guest.
By IMDb ratings.
By IMDb ratings.
Who's the most famous? Probably Andy Dick, right?
I think Saget.
No, Bob
Saget.
Bob
Yeah.
Saget and the kid off Workaholics.
Oh, yeah, Adam Devine.
Yeah, he came in very high. But, it's all got to do with...
Example's probably bigger than all of them.
Here he comes.
Uh-oh, look who's here.
Okay,
Bum,
Jay.
bum, bum.
All right, we'll start the show. Just come in quietly, Jason.
Jason,
sit down
come
and
sit
just
down.
don't cause any trouble.
Sit in your chair
So,
over there.
Jim, you're here to promote... you're here anyway, but you're here to promote your new specials coming out when?
Saturday. When does this come out?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah, this Saturday, June 30th. It's on Epic. I'm fucking whoring it everywhere. So I appreciate you
This
having me
might
on.
be the Thursday after, is it?
We got it fucking... We work well here.
Do you-
We know what we're doing.
can we move this to this Thursday?
If it doesn't matter. If you can, great. If not, just get it on demand.
Just move this episode to this Thursday, and so yes, it's coming out Saturday after this show.
Good. Yeah, good. 2 nights from now. Glad. Perfect. Yeah, I don't care. Before or after.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Yes, if there's one thing a podcast needs, it's consistency. You're right.
Yeah, he thinks that people follow this show like a
I know.
serial.
It's acting like it's fucking lost. Podcast.
So what's the special called?
Please be offended.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say about it. It's me and my fucking mediocre act. Hope you enjoy it. I hate fucking plugging. I'm really bad
That
at
would have been a better name. Me and my mediocre act.
Yeah.
Hope you fucking enjoy it.
Hope you fucking enjoy it.
On Epic.
What is this?
Epic.
Is this your 3rd special?
It's my 2nd hour, but my 3rd special.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was a half hour. It's funny, on HBO, the half hours we did, they wanted Flight of the Conchords and me to share an audience. Like you do a set, then they do a set,
Oh, yeah,
then you
'cause
flip-flop.
you have exactly the same type.
Yeah,
For
but I
the
didn't-
crossover crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know who they were, but I'm not fucking following guitar guys because I know I'm going to get buried. Even if it's my audience, they'll fucking hate me after guitar guys. You never go after guitar guys.
Yeah. Couldn't you have you gone first?
Yeah, but both times it's kind of twatty to say I want to go first. I pull that with Attell every time we work together. It's like, he's like, okay, but as long as you headline sometimes because he wants to go first. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he's always running a little bit late, so then I just fucking go on and make him close. I didn't say it was a great story. I'm just telling you. I didn't fucking say.
I thought Eddie was about to say something, but he had a mouthful of liquid.
That didn't sound good. I'm so like congested.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I think it's AIDS.
Oh, okay. Let's hope.
Well,
I tell you what, though.
it could be the new AIDS. Do you know about the new AIDS?
A good
Shaggus?
AIDSy,
no.
A good AIDSy comedian. Like, has there ever been one that's like riddled with AIDS comic?
There was one guy, and I don't know who he was, but he had AIDS. And my Florentine, when I lived with him, quoted me a funny joke that he had. I don't know if he's dead or not, but he said this guy had AIDS, and he goes, they say there's a baby that was just born who had AIDS and no longer has it. I want to find that baby and eat it. Which I thought was a great joke, but that guy may be dead, so it's probably
That's
a
what
sadder
I'm saying.
story.
There's got to be, because there's a lot of dwarf comics. There's a lot of cerebral palsy guys out there.
Mike, what's his name had it? Mike.
Mick AIDS.
guy that just died.
Oh, yeah, Mikey Stefano.
Mike DiStefano had
Oh
it.
yeah, but he
positive.
didn't play the AIDS angle.
No,
I'm
he-
saying an AIDSy comic who plays it as their stick.
Yeah.
I don't think people would really want to go.
Oh, you're not in the front row.
They'll be fucking holding up things like Gallagher was going on. Fucking sneeze guards and plastic. That's the last thing you need is the fucking AIDS comic coughing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody that has it. Oh, Charlie Burnett.
Charlie Burnett.
Charlie had it. He's
And there
the
was
only guy I
another
know.
comic that died too.
Oh, Rick Avilas.
Yeah. There were a couple that
Rick,
died
I
from
didn't know. Charlie, I worked
I'm just
with
writing
once.
these names down as non-support acts.
They're dead.
Charlie,
Oh, now I feel
Charlie was
bad.
a black dude. He was in DC Cab. Do you ever see DC Cab?
No.
He was. The rumor was he was supposed to get Saturday Night Live, but he couldn't read. So then Eddie Murphy came in, and that was when Murphy got SNL. But he was like a legendary black act. He used to fucking perform street comedy in Washington Square Park in New York.
What? Because he couldn't read. He couldn't do.
I heard
something?
they.
Oh, couldn't
I
read
heard
the
they sat.
sketches, I guess.
Yeah, I heard they
Right.
sat him down at the table read like the first day of SNL, and they were like, "Oh, we got a problem."
That's it. That was the rumor.
I'm a terrible reader, as we've proven on this thing. I can't read off a sheet of paper. I'm a bit dyslexic, and I get nervous doing it. I can read in my head, but out loud, I once had a pilot in the UK to be a game show host, and halfway through the pilot, I got fired
Because of the teleprompter.
because I couldn't read the fucking cards. Next
it's on the
question. You know what I mean? Like, it was fucking. I did another award show where there was a teleprompter, but the secret with the teleprompter is just act like you're drunk the whole time. And then that's why you're squinting, because I actually like follow it along. I can't do it that natural sort of.
So you act like you're drunk.
Yeah, like so your eyes are wandering a bit and you can focus, and and I wasn't drunk, but I just figured that was the story about with Kelly Osbourne and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I know that you're a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan,
I love him.
but yeah,
The Osborne family's not a fan of Jim's.
Oh no.
I think I've told you this one. What happened was, I did a show and Agnes Dean came up on stage. Have I told this story on the podcast? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you told her I know an A once.
Yeah,
so.
basically it ended with Kelly Osbourne spitting in my face, and I said something to the lines of, Kelly Osbourne spitting, that's not what I saw on the internet, or something. It was very flimsy sort of line. She cried, and then the whole award show went to shit, and then it got in the paper. But then Sharon Osbourne sent me a nasty email telling me that I'm not a celebrity and I should leave famous people alone and fuck off. And I said, hey, Sharon, why is it when you had all that plastic surgery and removed the fat from your thighs, you shoved it in your daughter's face, right? Which was pretty harsh.
I like it because you hit her and her daughter. with
Yeah, I
one
think
comment.
it was not bad. Like
I will have none of this talk.
It was an email, so I got to think about that for hours. Like I sat there
yeah.
until I got my best response back. But then I let it all die, and then I mentioned it on stage a couple of times, and then it got into the newspapers in England. You can Google it. There's lots of newspaper articles on it. But I haven't seen the Osbournes since, nor do I think I'm going to in the near future, but I don't know if it will be a nervous situation if it ever happens.
Yeah, they'll probably remember you. I mean, once you've made somebody cry. Once somebody spits in your face, they tend to file you under undesirable.
Actually, that's a lie. I saw Kelly Osbourne. It was actually after I did my HBO special, because I was flying. I never pay for first class on planes. I hope to get the upgrade, like domestically. I never pay for first class. And I was flying back, and so I had those. In Virgin, they have like these 8 first class seats. That's all they got, 8, and the rest of it. And I was sitting there, and it was a full flight, and I had a first class seat. Next to me was an empty seat, and Kelly Osbourne walked on, and there was just this, I think this is the only seat. right? I've
That
got
would've been awesome.
5 hours of someone hating me. And she just sort of looked at me and stared, and then she just walked by, and I was like, happy
Wait,
days.
did she not sit in first class?
She recognized me. There was a moment, but there was a guy who came in late. But then I am such a pussy that I hid behind a column at the baggage carousel so I wouldn't make eye contact with her again.
Why don't you speak to her and say, look, that thing, did you feel bad about it or no?
I did feel bad.
Why
felt
don't you say
horrible.
you're sorry? An apology goes a long way.
I think
Jim.
I apologized on the night.
Oh, okay.
On the actual night, I apologized and got shouted down. So
I got called out by fucking Steve Martin for fucking bashing him in my book, and I fucking groveled.
How did he call you out?
I bashed him in my fucking book, and did I interrupt your story?
No, I'm done.
There's nothing worse when you're telling a story and some other asshole pipes. But
You know
first.
You know what's
Sorry.
worse than an interruption is when I finish the story and you don't know it's ended.
Well, we just kind of, we just became conversational. It was a good when you said you saw. I didn't exactly help with my dumb questions. So how many miles did you get for that flight? I really, what a fucking non-contributing cunt. I was bashing my book, and then I'm doing a piece for Leno at the Grammys, and Steve Martin and his band come up, and they were nominated. This is recently. And I said to the segment producer, he might not talk to me if he recognizes me. But we talk with him, we're joking with him, and the whole push of the bit was to get my CD held up at the Grammys. And when I handed him my CD, he looked at it, he goes, Jim Norton, oh, you said some very unkind things about me in your book. I'm like, I was just kidding. I'm
What
a big fan. I
unkind
apologize.
things did you say?
I fucking murdered him for the Pink Panthers. I killed him for that.
He did 2 of them?
Yeah, I killed him for the first one, and I said he was ripping off sellers. I really brutalized him. But I kind of wished I didn't because I got carried away. It's like, who gave a fuck, really?
Yeah, but still.
But you do grovel when they're there. It's hard not to say I'm sorry. And I felt bad about it, because I was attacking other people. I shouldn't have hit him that hard. He's just stand-up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. I've read his fucking book.
He's
Of
one of those
course he just
stand-ups that kind of quit. Like I don't understand. I mean,
No, but
I'd like to quit, but I can't.
he got movies.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
what, there's very few of those guys that have completely quit. Him, Eddie Murphy, who else has
Jim Carrey. I don't know if he completely quit, but you don't hear Jim Carrey doing stand-up.
Yeah.
He was a stand-up for a long time.
well,
Michael Keaton. I mean, all these guys.
Gallagher. One time I met Gallagher at a party.
Michael
and
Keaton was a stand-up.
Yeah, for a long
believe
time.
so, yeah.
Gallagher was
Jamie
talking about Jim Carrey one night at a party, and when his name came up, he just got so angry, and he wouldn't call him Jim Carrey. He wouldn't call him a comedian. He kept going, the actor. The actor. He goes, that's what we always called him when he came into the Comedy Store, the actor. None of the comics liked Jim Carrey because we all knew he wasn't a real comic. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
Gallagher? And he was like, he's like, yeah, he was just an actor using comedy.
Gallagher, the farmer.
But
I spent an hour with Gallagher one time. We interviewed him, and he fucking destroyed the studio. And I was like, I hadn't slept in like 2 days. I just went into an office with him and watched him fucking day trade.
yeah, he's completely obsessed with that. He told me all about it.
Yeah, he fucking really is a good day trader.
But no, he's not. He
Oh, he
lost.
stinks?
He lost everything
Oh,
recently.
cool.
Everything.
that always makes you feel better.
Everything.
My watermelon stocks are down.
Did you talk to him about his life at all? Because he's a freak. He was like a professor of engineering, and then he met some like country western band or something, and he became the manager of the band. He made like millions of dollars as the manager. Kind of figured out show business, then got into stand up.
Oh, wow.
So he came from that angle of like knowing the business side of it.
Well, that's like Ricky Gervais. He was a pop star.
Oh yeah,
He was a pop
like
star,
a flock
and
of seagulls
then
type
he
band.
managed a band called Suede in Britain that's still quite popular. And before he became a comic and then movie star.
He has a great Ricky Gervais has a great thing about quitting. He's like, they always say never give up, never give up. He's like, no, quit. He's like, if you don't quit at things, you don't find things that you're good at. He goes, if I had never quit being in that pop band, he goes, I never would have going to make it.
So how long do you think you got left, Eddie?
About 2 weeks ago.
It really is a depressing, awful business. Whenever something good is happening for me, I just can't stop thinking about hanging myself. Isn't this fucking awful? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to have good shit happen either, man.
How do you
No.
think those of us with the
No,
bad
the
things? are
thing
feeling?
is, when something good happens, I do go into more panic mode. When I got this TV show lately, my brain went to, you'll fuck it up.
Right.
And then you'll really be fucked. At least now you're a good comic that people slightly like. Now you're just going to be a bad actor.
Are you acting in it, or is it more like reality?
I'm playing myself in it. you know, but I'm acting.
The lines are all written.
The lines are all written. Yeah.
It's fucking acting is rough, man. It's like if we were having this conversation, it was pre-written, I would be butchering this so badly. Like my fucking eyes would be open. I would just stop at awkward places.
I don't think I could do a sitcom that's like in front of a live studio audience. I don't think I could do it. Like, how Whitney's filmed, and you see how she can't do that. Right,
Of all the shows. Oh, that's funny.
but like when you do single camera, you do get so many chances to get it right. They do it from every angle,
Right.
and then eventually you just get it, or they can edit it in. But Jason here was an actor. Do you want a microphone, Jason?
Yeah, I have a microphone.
Come on, go sit
Here,
down.
we'll let you sit in the middle. We'll let you sit in the midget seat.
I didn't even realize you were sitting there this whole time. Comfortably close.
Yeah. Do you know Jim Norton?
Hi.
Why don't you talk into a microphone? God. You're high again.
Yeah, I got high tonight.
Wait, he gave up marijuana for how long?
2 months.
2 months, and tonight you freaked out and had to have it, huh?
Yeah,
And why have your nails been painted black?
because I got high. It's gunmetal, actually.
Why are your nails painted?
It's gunmetal,
Trying new things.
Oh,
right?
God.
You know what you should. Yeah, you know what you should try? Getting a house.
Yeah, we heard you're kicked out of your apartment now.
No, I wasn't kicked out.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go stay with MSG.
The MSG is his friend with MS.
Oh, great. What's the G
Jack
stand
Osborne's
for?
got MS, I heard.
Yeah, he does.
Yes,
I
he
saw
does.
that.
I thought he was going blind. Is that part of MS? Or-
Yeah,
but
it-
it comes back. It was like temporary blindness, but I think it comes back.
It's a horrible disease.
Oh,
Poor,
it
poor
stinks.
fella. Yeah,
Fucking Pryor died of it.
yeah.
Jason, so he stays with an MS guy and like cleans him and takes care of him and
I don't
stuff
clean
like.
him. He
What do you
cleans
do?
himself.
What do you do for him?
Make lattes.
No, he pays you to do
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what he needs, caffeine.
What do you
No,
do?
he does.
I'm
Yeah,
glad that you've
he's
come
already
along.
got tremors.
You ever rape him?
No, he's still pretty strong and healthy.
Oh, okay.
Then
Well,
He's not. He came over here and he had a walking
we
frame.
had to put him in his
He
wheelchair.
had a walking frame. I shook his hand. I almost killed him.
What?
Actually, he fell through a solid door the other day.
fell or you throw him?
Hell no, I wasn't there.
How does somebody fall through a solid door?
Yeah, how do they throw for a solid door?
Because he's...
Like, I can see how someone would fall through
No.
a fly screen.
he wants to, when people have a degenerative disease, they don't want to give up what they, like when you lose ability.
Yeah.
So
because he used to fall through doors all the time, and he doesn't want to give that up.
Yeah,
That's one of
exactly.
his things.
No, so he likes to try to put his pants on standing up.
Oh,
And,
Mr. Fat. I don't even
and
do
he-
that.
And he fell through a solid
Oh,
fucking door.
no.
His elbow went through the door.
But answer me the question: did he get his pants on?
Well, eventually, yeah.
Yeah, because he was laying on his back.
I want to
when
know. I know he pays you. What do you do for him?
I do lots of things: dishes, clean, make meals.
You're a fucking maid.
No, I mean I hang out with him.
You're in a loveless marriage.
Yeah.
No, it's just
How much does he pay you?
it's just friends helping friends
What
out.
would the number be for you to give him a hand job?
Shut up.
What would the number be? Yeah, I know there's a number.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
No.
Yeah, there is.
Would you jerk him off for $200?
No.
That's why you painted your nails so it looks like a girl's hand jerking him off.
No, these are rock and roll.
Yeah. How about $250? If you didn't have to make him come, you just had to spit in your hand and just get the head really wet, and then you could stop.
No. I can't cross that threshold.
Why?
You already have. You made out with a tranny.
That was an accident.
Yeah, I know it. And he made out with a transvestite in a bar.
The transvestite or transsexual?
Transsexual.
Transsexual.
Boy. All right. Transvestite, you're gay, but transsexual, you're just a good egg. Fucking open-minded. You're a good boy. There's nothing
Oh,
wrong with
I
that.
forgot this about you.
Yeah, how could you? It's the only defining characteristic I have.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that every time I've done Opie and Anthony with you, you tell a story like that. I always find it weird that I'm taking something in like that. It's
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Yeah, not just 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's like late at night. You could go, I like fucking a chick with a guy with tits. Right? And I'd be like, really? Late at night. But in the morning, you're like, what?
We did Last Comic Standing together like a million years
Yeah,
ago.
2004, right?
And we were standing having a conversation, and I think there were cameras on us, and all of a sudden you said something about fucking a tranny, and I gave you this look, and you went, "What? You've never fucked a tranny?"
Yeah.
And then the cameras were right on us, and I was like, no, and I just kind of walked away, and I'm like, is he serious?
Well, neither one of us made it into the house, so I guess my story and your denial, neither one of them worked. What'd you do? You just kissed this tranny?
Yeah,
This young
well,
lady?
Well, it was like an ambush. I didn't know it was a dude.
Yeah, I know. We all say that, but I mean,
No, really.
I know. Believe me. You think I've never? That's when my acting is really good. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, in the morning when you're making him breakfast.
In the morning, as I'm jerking him off. So now, wait, what happened? You guys, you kissed?
Yeah, it was at a bar.
Oh, that's
it was
cool.
like down in the townhouse. It was dark. I was fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
The dude like had a better body than Lalit and bigger tits. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I understand. I've had quite a few mistakes. I used to hook all the time in New Brunswick and Jersey. Honestly, I didn't know the transsexuals existed. I didn't know what they were.
And so you pick up hookers and find out that they were.
One time, I've told the story before, but the most amazing one was an instinct. Like I was getting blown, and I could, I was rubbing her back, and there was a sheen of sweat through the silk shirt. And I just knew that it was a man. Like I knew there was nothing. I didn't feel any cock. I was literally, and the thought I had was, that's a large back for a girl. And that was it was an instinct because there was nothing else to tell me. And I just knew that it was a fucking, and I had lost my erection. And my buddy Tyler was staying at my house. So I had to put my dick away and just go home and see my friend. He was like, how was it? I'm like, oh.
So you lost, but what made you go back to the pool?
Well,
It was a good blowjob.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wish I would have found out after because it really was a world-class fucking Hummer.
One time on a bachelor party, we were in downtown Pittsburgh, and we picked up some hooker, and like a whole group of guys went in this room with her, and we're like fucking this hooker or whatever. And I was talking to my sister about it afterwards, and my sister was a DA or something.
Why do you
in
ring your
Pittsburgh.
sister up about something like that?
I was home.
Why would you go home after that and the first person you call? Do you have no friends?
No, because
You called your sister.
I was
first?
at home at my parents' house, and my sister was there, and I go, oh, so we went to the bachelor party, and then we got this hooker, and everybody went back. And she goes, I prosecute those people all the time. She goes, you know, all those hookers are men. She's like, so many of them are trannies. And I'm like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah.
Tell her they're not men. They're fucking. They're women with a little extra. They're good girls.
I remember, what was it? About 15 years ago, Jim Norton drove me from, we were coming back from the Stress Factory in New Jersey into the city, and you were driving me, and this is when I learned you weren't normal. We're driving back, and I'm just like keeping my mouth shut, which is uncommon for me. But we're driving, and all of a sudden somebody cuts you off, and you just went into this anger fit, and you explained to me every different way you would kill the person.
Well,
and one of them was, you finally boiled it down to, I'm going to pull up beside them, I'm going to roll down my window, and I'm going to have a squirt gun full of gasoline, and I'm going to squirt them with it, and then I'm going to hold up a match because nobody wants to burn.
Wow, and it's funny. I'm such a phony too, because Colin accused me of being a car gangster. Like I talk so much shit in the car, but if it came down to it, I'd fucking. We don't want to get arrested, do we? I'd fucking drive away like the fucking coward that I am. There's nothing worse than screaming out the window. And I was fucking. This is what
My dad always said, "You're a racist when the window's up."
Yeah,
I'm both.
I was fucking driving one time on the Parkway. We're pulling into a toll, and fucking, I'm cursing at this fucking limo that cut me off, but I didn't realize my passenger window was down. So he actually stopped in traffic and got out of the limo and started to walk around, and I just rolled my window up and fucking drove and paid my toll. A fucking complete cocksucker that I am.
I yelled at a guy like that once who was trying to let me in, and I didn't think and I was screaming at him, and he goes, and so I rolled down the window to fight with him, and he said, I said, you can go in front of me. And I went, oh, I'm just an asshole.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, remember what we were just talking about before? We got one.
She's lovely.
Allison is Arge's tour manager in Australia.
Oh, okay.
And
he's very popular in Australia, isn't he?
yeah. And she works on my shows and stuff, and she's just visiting for a couple weeks.
So I really should be nice to her if I ever want to go to Australia and do a gig. I'm really glad I didn't trash her when she walked in.
I'll sort you out. Don't worry. We'll get you gigs in Australia.
I gotta go over there, man. I hear it's
fun.
phenomenal for American
It's a good time.
comedians.
It's a good time. But Jason, what did I tell you about Allison?
I'm really happy you stepped in, man. You've really picked up the pace.
Yeah, thank God you're here.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
so this is the thing. This is why we fire him,
like
and
doing
he
a
quits all the time. He used to be really funny, and then he stopped being funny. What happened, Jason? Why are you not funny
Yeah, we're trying to
anymore?
determine why you're not funny.
There was a
anymore.
moment where you stopped being funny. When was that?
I never stopped being funny.
What do
Yeah,
you- what do you
right now,
think-
you're not being funny.
What do you think? When do you
I'm
think
just
Jason
hanging
jumped
out.
the shark?
But I'm just hanging out. What do you
But
want?
when did you jump the shark? Tell us what was the deciding factor when you decided not to be funny anymore?
I never made that decision.
Come on, what happened? Was it Farside coming on the show?
No.
Okay, was it when we?
I love Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
They told me you were very funny, and I was looking forward to your appearance. And not to be disrespectful, but thus far it's been
No.
lackluster.
Be disrespectful.
Was it because Jim making fun of your mom having cancer?
No.
his mother has cancer, and I make lots of jokes about it, but it's all out of love.
Yeah, what kind of cancer does she have?
Well, she started with colon cancer,
I'll tell you what type she has. One that's not moving fast enough.
and then
Also, one that's sitting on our couch right now.
That's terrible. So colon cancer.
terrible.
That's terrible.
He's terrible.
Fucking eats away at the asshole from the inside out.
Well, it was at the other end, and
What do you mean the other end?
closer to the GI or
Oh,
whatever.
Oh.
So they did a surgery, and then it metastasized into the lymphatic system, so she has to do a chemo. And they put a port in her heart, and they attach a machine to her every 2
A
weeks.
chemo sounds like a small Filipino boy.
What you just said to me, you should say that to every girl you're trying to fuck in a bar. Just open with that.
Which is every girl. Good to have you here, Jason.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
Doing
in
a
here.
Podcast with Stephen
Talk
Hawking.
about your mum. Talk about your mum having cancer.
Yeah. Well,
Is that when you stopped being funny, when your mum had cancer?
That's a pretty stressful moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, you can't let it hurt your career.
And then we bought him a plane ticket to go see her. We sent him home to Tennessee to see his mom, and he made a party out of it.
yeah, he went and visited everyone, stopped off on the way, saw
Picking
our
up
old
friends.
friends.
What are you talking about?
We know what you were trying to do.
What did you want to do when you came out here, sir?
There's nobody.
Mister?
He wanted to be an actor.
What did you want to be an actor when you came out here?
That was what I initially moved here for. Yeah.
What year did you come out here?
2000 and the end of 2003.
So in fucking 9 years. What happened, man? I'm not even fucking with you.
Oh no, a lot of shit happened.
Well, I know, but that's why I was
All right,
asking
Why-
what
let,
happened.
let me tell you exactly what
Hey,
happened.
Jason,
He
listen
married,
to the
he,
show.
he married a lesbian who only would have sex with him when there was another woman
That's
in the room.
that's the Eddie story. But
Oh, then you explain it.
you just listen to the show.
No, he's not going to listen to this show.
I'm not going to go
He's got a
backlog to
life.
catch up on your life. I'm just asking you.
Tune in.
What kind of fucking person says that?
The thing
Have some
is-
respect,
The thing
Jason.
is, we can do your life in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what,
Let's do it.
I'm promised now that I'm going to get you one line in my show.
Thank you.
I'm going to get you your second acting work in 9 years, so you can go to your parents. Look, another one. It's really snowballing now.
All right, let's do in less than 3 minutes Jason's entire life.
Okay, Jason's entire life. He grew up next to a guy that owned Pringles. They invented Pringles.
He lit his backyard, all the woods on fire,
Then he moved to about 10 different cities.
because his parents didn't love him.
Yeah. Oh, his stepfather broke his mother's jaw while he was there.
With a
my
bat.
real dad.
With a
Oh, his
bat
real dad beat his mother until her jaw broke.
Cool.
and drowned their cat,
Or a dog or something.
dog, or cat. He doesn't even know.
What happened to your father?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, we think he died of disappointment.
He hit your mother and he broke your mother's jaw?
Yeah.
But his mom's a midget, so he might have not.
Yeah, and
seen her.
at the time, his mother was defending Jason. So you can argue.
And it-
Your father was trying to beat you and she got her jaw broke.
No, no,
defending
no.
you?
He actually never beat me.
and his
Just her.
mom's technically a dwarf, and then he went off to become a Shaolin master. He's a master, a black belt of Shaolin.
His grandfather gave him a stick.
His
yeah,
grandfather gave him a stick. He joined a cult
he joined a religious Christian right cult
where he
and
was a worship leader.
Worship leader, and
I just like a lot of different venues.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Then he met his wife in the cult. They escaped the cult together. But I believe that's not what happened. I believe the cult escaped them.
yes,
Oh, really? You think they got booted out of the cult for being irritating?
yeah, everyone quit because Jason was the leader.
What kind of cult was it?
It wasn't a cult. It was a non-denominational evangelical church. That was,
So it's a cult.
it was
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
But then Jason watched The Matrix and had some of them watch it with him.
Yeah.
And that's when they all decided
Yeah.
to leave.
Yeah, the Matrix changed his life, and that's when he left the cult.
And Doug Benson.
No, that was
Doug
after I
Benson
moved to
introduced him to marijuana.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I watched that documentary.
But then he came out to LA and he became a professional barista.
But before that, he built log cabins.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
he
wood.
built log
Built
cabins.
log cabins in
and
the
he was an
wood.
auto mechanic.
Yeah. And he ran a panel beating store.
Yeah.
And then he came out here and he was in a
wait,
movie with
we
Michael
forgot-
Douglas.
We forgot he ran the finances for the Iguala Sioux tribe, one of the Indian tribes of America, and they went bankrupt.
I didn't run that.
What did you do?
I just put disbursements out and deposits in and shit like that.
He worked
But what happened?
financially for a tribe.
I just made sure everything was correct.
And what happened to the tribe?
I wasn't in charge of it.
What happened to the tribe?
I don't know. Like
They went bankrupt.
10 years after I left that company.
When did you realize acting wasn't going to happen?
Well, he had a job.
always
He
there
was
for
he
you.
was in a Michael Douglas film where he was a Costco
King
employee.
of California.
Oh, wow. He played the bloody shoe in the Star Chamber.
Yeah, he didn't actually have a line. He just put a dishwasher into the back of a truck.
Well, I had lines, but they were cut.
They were cut.
That's what's going to happen on Jim's show.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a line on my show, and then I'm going to cut it.
Did they tell you they were going to cut you out, or did you actually go to the movie with somebody and just
I had
fucking?
to find out. That,
Oh no, how awful! Who'd you bring?
No, I didn't actually go to it.
Oh, why would you? Michael
He couldn't
Douglas
afford
movie.
it.
How'd you find out?
Oh, well, I mean, I saw it on video later.
What's the movie?
So we brought him to his life right now.
No, then he got married. Then his
What
wife.
movie was it
his
that he
wife
was in?
left him. The King of California.
Oh,
It's a good movie.
No, it's
not a good movie.
No, it's not.
It's heart touching.
I've never heard it.
Hey, I've never heard of it until you
Heart
told me that.
touching.
Yeah, whatever.
Heartfelt is
It's
the word.
shitty.
What is wrong with you? Why did we even let you back in?
Because he's stoned.
Can we fire you again right now?
Sure.
Where will you go?
What do you mean fire? What are you talking about?
You're back on the show.
Why?
Because you're talking on the microphone. You're back
Oh,
on.
okay.
Are you gonna act again?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with people who come
I'm-
out here to make it
I'm
and
gonna
just
do it.
flop.
Acting
I
is
didn't
just the
flop.
shittiest fucking occupation in the world.
Not to correct you, but no, I'm sure maybe you did flop so far. Maybe
I haven't flopped.
you flopped hard.
Okay, when was the last audition you had? I had one today.
When did Sam Jackson?
I have one tomorrow.
What year did Sam? How old was Samuel Jackson when
He was
made
doing
his name?
little parts before
Yeah,
he made it big.
I've done 4 commercials, a feature. Eddie and
No,
I've done
no,
some videos.
Samuel L. Jackson was
Do not
the fucking.
do not include my videos
He
that I
was-
use of you. In
He
there.
they're
was
good.
he was the robber in Coming to America when like Eddie Murphy beat him up with the mop stick.
That's
right?
like loading a dishwasher.
No, it's not. He came in with a gun and said, "Get on the ground, motherfuckers,"
Okay,
and all
so
type of stuff.
they
Right?
didn't cut his lines then.
It's not the same as Costco employee too.
He had one scene.
What were you called in the movie?
Costco employee?
2 or 1?
No, there wasn't 2 or 1.
There was 2 of you there.
Yeah, but I was the only one that was credited.
But when did you realize that you had flopped?
I didn't flop.
But you did.
No.
No. But at what point did you realize that like you came out here for no reason? Like,
Do you ever see
Every day.
I don't see it
Every
that way,
day.
Jim.
Do you ever see yourself getting a big part in a major film?
I don't care.
No, just answer me the question. Do you see that in your future?
I'm not opposed to it.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to being rich and famous either, if it happens. But you know, you're not doing anything towards it, Jason.
It does amaze me too. And you said that about people. If you think statistically how many people make it in acting,
it's horrible.
it's
It's like winning
it's the lottery.
It's the lottery because the whole thing is a 6-year-old person can win a fucking Oscar. Tatum O'Neal was 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
Your occupation is fucking easy.
Then again, I guess
If-
it's
if
easy to
it's-
act when Ryan's punching you in the chest. I hear he was quite a fucking brute.
But you know what I mean?
but
Like,
when you
name
wa-
another occupation
but
where
when
we
you-
can go, this 6-year-old was the best this year.
Prostitution.
When you walk up behind somebody in a convenience store and they're buying a lottery ticket, you're like, "Oh, you fucking retard!"
Yeah.
Like you. But whenever somebody goes, "I'm going to move to LA and be an actress," you're like, "That's great. That's wonderful. That's exciting because you want to get a blowjob from her or you want to have sex." So everybody encourages them, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I can see it. You'd be a great actor." Like people probably told you you'd be a good actor, right, Jason?
I'm sure, yeah.
Exactly. But that's the problem with it. People don't go,
Right.
douchebag, you're never going to win the lottery. Everybody should have said, Jason, you're going to get one line in The King of California, and then you're going to live on Eddie's couch.
But you came out here to be an actor, right?
Well,
That was your
partly.
motivation.
Well, partly.
But when did you realize that it was absolutely over and you had completely
He
flopped?
hasn't.
I don't think it's ever over. It's always out there. You can always go out on auditions.
No, it's
whatever
over.
age you are.
It's over.
No,
you don't
there's a-
go
there's
for
a type
auditions.
for you.
It's over. It's not like you're saying, "Oh, there was the old woman in Titanic. I might get a role when I'm 80." She probably had roles before that.
Sure.
Jessica Tandy just rock up at fucking Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
But they use people like that all the time. That
Yeah, but they're
And those
seasoned
peop-
actors.
Yeah.
Do you know they were going to get Fay Ray to do the last line of that fucking King Kong movie, but she died right before they filmed her? I just wanted to throw just a really...
Which one's
You're going to
Fay
get
Ray?
something like
Fay Ray
that.
was the original chick in King Kong in the 30s.
Oh right.
But then they had to give it to stupid Jack Black the line, who was awful.
Jack Black, I met years ago doing some gay sketch show in New York, and he came into the dressing room, and all I knew was that he was in that terrible movie Airborne. That's all I knew him from. And I go, "Hey, loved you in Airborne." And he looked at me with like death eyes, like he wanted me to, like the worst movie I could reference.
I don't think he's a very nice guy. I mean, we've interviewed him on O&A. He was fine with his stupid band. And then I saw him at Leno one time, and he acted like he'd never met me. So I don't really care for fucking Jack
He
Black.
does have that arrogance of,
Yeah.
like, I'm the coolest kid in school, and you're like, why?
He was the bully in Neverending Story 2.
No, I understand when guys like if Matthew McConaughey was a dick, or like someone like Brad Pitt, I can understand it because
Right.
they are that like they were that cool guy that got the chicks their whole life and everything. But Jack Black, squeaked his way in. Something he did.
I have to ask this about because Matthew McConaughey you just mentioned. How much advertising are they putting into this fucking movie,
Stripper movie.
Magic Mike? It looks like the worst film I've ever fucking
I've
seen.
never heard of it.
Channing Tatum.
Channing
wrote the
Tatum. It's
film.
basically that
It's his idea.
Showgirls movie that they had with
But
Elizabeth
men.
Berkley, but about men.
Oh.
It's about a guy who's a stripper, but he really wants to make furniture, and he just still strips.
Well, it's about
but-
Channing Tatum because Channing Tatum was a male stripper.
For like 3 months, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
Who's Channing Tatum? I'm so out of the
He's,
fucking
he's the
pop
guy
He's
culture.
in
that
every
he was
fucking
in
movie.
21 Jump Street with what's his name?
Oh, who
Jonah
fucking-
Hill.
Who saw that? I have no idea who any of these people are. I'm really out of the fucking pop culture loop.
21 Jump Street was actually funny, and he was good. But I think he's like, I don't know. I've never seen him in anything else, but he's in like vampire films or something.
no, he's in all the chick flicks with Amanda Seyfried. Like it's basically just he's in all these romantic,
but
terrible movies.
But as Hollywood, like making that film, you got to think. Who's going to come watch that film? You're not going to get any dude other than a gay guy to come see
Gay
it.
guys will watch it.
And then you're going to get all women.
yeah, that's a lot of people. That movie's gonna do gangbusters, and they made it for like 15 million. So,
Oh, really? They
yeah,
did?
they're gonna.
The advertising budget's got to be 100 million though. They're pushing and pushing.
Yeah, but I mean that movie's gonna do really, really well.
I'm going
See, this is
to
what I don't
go with
understand.
Jim. I don't think it is.
understand movies like someone who when Elizabeth Berkley did Showgirls and everyone went, oh, she gets all of her kid off. We have porn.
Yeah.
Porn's very easy to get to. I don't understand why people are just at this. Oh, it's a bit sexy. This film.
You know what?
Because
I want to see
chicks-
good story, and I'll watch fucking on the other thing. I don't want to see.
You know what it is?
sexy.
It reminds me of burlesque, which I hate more than anything in the entire
Burlesque is fat chicks who can't be strippers.
Burlesque is that there's nothing I can't stand more than burlesque because it's like you sit there for a while and you're watching them and you're going, okay, take your top off,
And it's
they-
always full of hipsters who are just like, oh, it's a different medium of the fuck off.
I
The
went
best
to-
movies never have fucking sex in them. The Godfather, Clockwork had rape, but I mean, like it was not
That's
like a
not
lot.
sex.
But I mean, it was like very
that's funny
brief.
sex.
My dad's of the opinion, they tried to do this with Deep Throat. My dad's of the opinion that porn and good movies don't need to be different. You could watch like a movie like The Godfather and then just have a fucking scene in it. Not just like
I kind of agree with your dad.
No, I don't.
Caligula.
I don't want to watch films like that.
Caligula did it very well.
I told you how my dad invented the compilation tape.
Oh yeah.
My dad came along to me one day. He goes, "I've come up with an idea. What is it?" He goes, "You know how you buy albums and it's just got one band with all of their songs on it? What you should do is you should get an album where there's different songs from different bands, but on the same album." And I said, "That's a compilation album." And he goes, "Okay, they already do that, Dad." He goes, "Not with songs that I like."
What was the story in Caligula?
Oh, just that it was about Caligula Caesar, and then fucking Guccione filmed hardcore porn at night when he had Peter O'Toole, Malcolm McDowell, John Gielgud shooting during the day doing a real film, and he was filming hardcore pornography at night, and he snuck it in. So they had no idea until the film was out that there was hardcore fucking in it. They made the next film and they didn't know it.
That's awesome.
And Helen Mirren's in it. It's a real movie.
Helen Mirren's the only woman in her 70s that I'd give one to. She's the only one.
She's
would?
great tits for an old lady. Like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
lady tits are abominable, but hers are fucking really.
She
I have-
has a figure about her where sometimes when she gets on the red carpet where you go, "Oh, all right, Helen."
I have a picture of an old lady that you look at her vagina and it looks.
It's photoshopped, that picture. You've shown me that picture.
No, I'm telling you, I think the vagina disappears. Like it just goes within itself and it just starts to become this like void of an area that it's just. And I keep looking at it over and over and over and over and over again.
I don't want to fuck anybody over 30. That's about as high as I like to go. It just gets gross after a while because then they want children and fucking a life with you.
Don't you have a girlfriend who's on?
No, I've been single for a year.
All right.
Do you want to hear something great? Jason wants to have children.
I didn't say that.
You did. You keep saying, "Well, what if I still want to have kids?" And I've told you it
It's
shouldn't.
just the theory. You know, what if?
I think I could get every person that listens to this show to sign a contract that we could get you maybe sterilized.
That doesn't have any binding.
How old are you?
Yeah, if we have your
40.
fucking,
You're already sterilized. You haven't come in front of a woman in over 2 years.
they can't come because
He can't come. He can come when he
he's
masturbates, but
constipated.
he can't come in front of a chick. He gets nervous. or
Oh
something.
no!
Especially when he has to poo.
Yeah.
We forgot about that in the live story.
He thinks it's because he's constipated, but it's just he can't come in front of a chick.
Yeah, you probably. I wouldn't think you had to shit every time you were around a girl. It's probably just being nervous. Do you play with your nipples? Seriously,
I
I'm
don't
not
want
even
to talk
kidding.
about my.
Well, do you?
Do you play? I need nipple play to come. I can't come without my nipples.
My nipple's dead.
I've never tried it. I'll try that next time.
Because you're obviously a
Play with Jim's
masturbation
nipples.
addict, and you can't blow low. You can't let somebody else pleasure you.
I'm
Because
gonna make a note.
Well, I mean, if you don't like
play-
it, don't do it. I don't
Play
care.
with my nipples.
How often do you ejaculate a week, Jason?
Oh, the regular.
What's the regular? 2, 3, 7, what?
Oh.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Now, do you really have a cold, or are you a germ freak? Do you not?
No,
like,
no, I have a cold.
okay.
I've been sick for like a week. And,
Okay.
I'm at the end of it.
Do you not like shaking hands and stuff?
No, I just don't want to get other people sick.
Okay. Some cunt I went to a meeting with one time. I went to shake her hand. I forget where it was. Like Warner Brothers or something. She's like, "Oh, I don't shake. I fucking NBC."
We should mention that your manager's here right now.
Yeah.
And just said,
That's
I
hysterical.
know this meeting. I remember this one.
Yeah, it's just so enraging. People.
Can we say it off air who it was?
I don't even remember. I don't even know if he'll remember. I didn't remember the network or anything.
But don't you feel like when they do that, it's you? That they, like,
I
I
like.
think there was an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where that happened, where he saw him not shake someone's hand, but he shook someone else's hand.
Yeah, but I like it when they actually tell you. They go, I'm a germaphobe and therefore I don't. You know what I mean? It's like when that cunt who owns the Laugh Factory, the Lebo fuck, what's his name?
Jamie
Jamie
Masada.
Masada.
Jamie Masada, right? When that guy...
Do you not like him?
Well, I've never worked for him. I'm not planning on working for him in the near future,
was just
so
kidding.
I don't
I actually like Jamie.
right?
I do.
Yeah.
But when I went over...
By the way, that's the most true comedian moment you'll ever see. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That cunt, and then fucking Eddie goes, "No, I actually like him. He's a good dude." That is such a fucking comic.
I actually do like him. I'll tell you, club owners I don't like.
Yeah,
No, but
And I'll list them
I
right
met
now.
the guy. I had just gotten off the boat, and I was trying to get gigs around LA. So I went around to all the comedy clubs, and then he did that whole just sort of shooed my hand away. Where I thought that it was a, "I'm above you, get away from me" move, and then I found out later that he was a germaphobe. Why don't you just go, "I'm a germaphobe, nothing personal," and then everyone's okay with it?
I don't understand germaphobes though, because there's so many germs everywhere that like not shaking hands is really like the last of your problems.
I'll tell you what they are. They're self-obsessed. They're so obsessed with their own health. They're the fucking worst germaphobes. I did Tough Crowd with Howie Mandel, and right before we went out, they told him I had AIDS, and they sat. This is true. And they sat me on the fucking couch with him, and he was fucking completely freaked out.
Fucking the funniest
Like,
thing.
Yeah, it was
like
like 2002.
watching him on America's Got Talent when they make him walk through the crowd, and he just sort of fist pumps people very
It's
lightly.
awful.
I think he does that more for the character.
No, he's really fucking freaked out by it. So you go to shake hands with certain guys, they give you the fist. I hate that.
I do it sometimes when I get off stage because my hands sweat on stage, and I don't want to shake hands with somebody with a sweaty hand because I don't want to do that
Well,
to them.
When I walk off stage and say I'm in a club and I'm going back to the room and you have a good gig and people put up the high five, if you've gone to my gigs and I haven't high fived you, it's not that I'm a germaphobe. I just don't like high fiving.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I feel like a cunt just
Yeah.
like that. I'll shake your hand. If you put it in a shaking manner, I'll shake your hand. But I'm not a high fiver.
It's a real phony enthusiasm, a high five.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking forced camaraderie. It really is.
High fiving is only good with children under the age of 7.
Yeah.
Because it's
like, hey, you took it all.
Yeah. Here's your Oscar.
it's like your only way of communicating with them afterwards.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like kids love high fiving and fist bumps.
And fist fucking.
Jesus, Eddie.
Sorry.
Oh,
Eddie.
Sorry.
Eddie.
It's okay.
Eddie. Like he did it with a
It's
bit
a
of
podcast.
charm.
It's
You
a
just made
podcast.
it
Yeah.
horrible.
It's okay.
I always sneak in the child.
Child molestation.
Porn fucking-
I saw you're obsessed with the Sandusky trial.
That's the fucking.
My dad's met him.
Oh, really?
My dad said he's the nicest guy.
Yeah, meet my son.
His dad met him back when he was pimping.
I can't remember what happened though after my dad met him.
Exactly. We had ice cream, and I was sitting on an inflatable donut for 2 weeks.
Weirdly, about 5 years ago, 5 years ago, me, Greg Giraldo, Lewis Black, and Todd Barry all played Penn State, and Penn State's green room had a hot tub, like in the backstage, and I'm like, this is the only green room I've ever been in that has a hot tub.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, I wonder why they had that fucking hot tub.
Well, I'm obsessed with the case because as comics, I mean, it's so great when something like this comes along that we can just abuse the audience with because they fucking hate when you go after it, but then they wind up enjoying. You know how it is. I mean, it's fucking great to go
It's-
up there and talk
it's
about.
all I
find
could
that-
talk about.
I kind of like the fact that the guy's bemused. Like he walks out of the court case like, what the fuck happened there?
I don't
like,
know.
He's just shrugging his shoulders. He looks at his wife like, well, I guess that's that then.
Yeah. Well, he probably got tired of fucking his wife. She looks like Tip O'Neill. She's fucking horrible. Dottie Sandusky is hideous.
She is horrible. And
Dress her as a child and make her look like she has progeria.
but he I'm sorry, I'm fucking dying. Jerry, I think he's kind of delusional. I think he doesn't really think he did it.
Well, the juror said he was creepy because he was kind of staring. They thought he was reminiscing about the
He was
victims.
looking at one of the kids, like the kid was telling the story, and he was kind of getting into it while the kid was telling the story. But that was also fucking the
Can
media.
the defendant please stop masturbating?
That's like that's like the media running with the bath salts thing. Every time someone does something crazy, like bath salts,
Right.
and no one's yet been proven to be on bath salts.
Did you guys see the freak show though outside of the courthouse where it's just all of these weirdos like
what-
fucking waving in the camera and cheering? To me, that was weird, just as weird as the whole trial.
Here's my theory with the whole thing that I think is weird. They always say that people that are abused end up being abusers later. Like
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so they always end up being abusers later. So there's a chance Jerry Sandusky was abused as a child.
Yes.
Right. So they always go, whenever everybody keeps going, what about the poor victims? What about the poor victims? Well, the victims might end up growing up to be abusers.
Victimizers.
Yeah.
He's growing the population.
Right. So everyone's going to be like, oh, put them to death. Fucking, they're horrible people. But what about when poor Jerry was victimized? So it's like, all right, I'm justifying
yeah,
child
I-
molestation right now. Did I just do that? Did I just sell it to everyone?
raised a good
Is
point.
everyone buying?
Eddie thinks the weird thing about the case is that he was convicted.
Yeah. Am I the only
Evidently.
one?
He should be given a hug.
Am I only the pro Sandusky one?
Eddie thinks they should kill those kids because they're ruined.
Fuck the kids.
And we
man.
don't want them to grow up to do it.
And we have a chance of rehabilitating Sandusky.
We should just rehabilitate Jerry.
He molested his stepson, and the prosecution didn't even. That's how fucking awful he was. He's like, my dad fucked me. They're like, no, we got it. We don't even need you to testify. Like, that's how you know he's going to jail for a long time. When you rape your own kid, they're like, please.
Yeah.
no,
his lawyer.
Did he fuck you badly?
It wasn't a blood. He wasn't related by blood. It was adoption.
Oh, he would have been. He
perfectly
would've-
understandable then.
He would have been related by blood by the end of it.
Fuck that kid. He knew the rules when he showed up. How many fucking games do you need to go to before you realize it?
Yeah, scream out, you used to have no family.
But it wasn't even like Michael Jackson. They just got football camp. They didn't get none of them got money. They didn't get the fucking rides. Like Michael Jackson.
But have you been to see Michael Jackson, like ever looked at Michael Jackson's fun park?
I heard it's awesome.
It wasn't worth the molestation.
Really?
I'm telling you, it was shitty rides. I was in Sacramento doing a show, and they had like the fucking county fair there. And all the rides at this county fair had been bought at auction off the Michael Jackson estate. And if you had it, this used to be at the Netherland Ranch. They really fucking pushed that as a big deal.
You can see the blood on the seats.
Yeah.
But at least you got a picture with
Jesus,
Michael
Eddie.
Jackson when you finished. At least you got a picture with Michael. With these fucking Sandusky kids, who the fuck wants to see a picture of Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah, an assistant coach.
Michael Jackson.
He actually
is
looked a little bit
understandable.
like Coach from Cheers.
I like how we're talking about him like he's dead, which he probably is by now.
Well, you know what? When he walked out of court the last time, you could see on his face he knew. Like, I loved every day he was walking in with a trapper keeper, like just trying to keep himself busy and like he was participating.
Did
in
you
the
hear what they were
defense.
doing to him in prison? They were singing
yes.
Pink Floyd, Leave Those Kids Alone.
Yeah, they all knew he got there.
That is fucking hysterical. The whole prison cell was singing. They said they were just constantly doing it to him.
Nothing will happen to him. This
Yeah,
whole fucking
I-
etiquette
I-
of child molesters are killed in jail. Nobody kills child. I don't give a
I don't
fuck.
know.
They already said
I don't
he'll
know
be in
if
a
being in
separate
prison,
prison.
you should really sing songs from the wall.
But they already said he's going to get they can't put him in whatever normal prison because he'll get murdered right
Gen
away.
Pop.
Yeah.
They can't put him in Gen
So
Pop.
they put him with all the other pedophiles.
Right.
And it's like, why would you put those fuckers together and let them come up with a scheme? And they probably all end up fucking they wouldn't fuck each other.
No,
They're
no.
too
Well,
old.
there was that. Was it the court case here, or was it in Britain? Where was it? Where the guy in prison was trying to get off his fucking. I'd downloaded 1 million bits of pornography. Right. He was trying to get off his case, and he was representing himself. Right. So in prison, because he was representing himself, they legally had to give him all the evidence, which
Right.
was all of the pictures of the kids that he had fucking in his cell in prison.
Oh, God. That was
And then legally they couldn't get around with it
You
because
could get like 5 packs of cigarettes for that shit.
Joseph Fritzl defended himself too, didn't he? Remember the guy in Austria that had his whole family down in the basement? I think.
Oh, is he the one that was fucking his daughter?
His daughter, he had 5 kids with him.
Sure.
The kids had never seen sunlight. They were all living under. And one of his friends went and visited him in prison and said, "So what have you done?" He goes, "Look, I can't turn back time."
But he would, and while he was keeping them in the basement, he would even go on holidays. Like he would leave them food and go to Thailand and fuck little boys.
He really wasn't amazing. Like he's a bad guy, but you got to say, like, I mean, to not have the family yell out. I mean, there's something to be said for a guy.
Oh, he was
who
charming.
is so authoritarian like that.
It's those Austrians. They can move a group of people to do some stupid things.
Very efficient.
Hey,
Jason, you were molested, right?
Well, yeah,
Who molested you?
babysitters.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh no,
forgot
female
about this one.
babysitters.
He had
So-
That's
two,
not
I
being
was a
molested.
kindergartner,
That's a
though.
good fucking day.
two of them.
I was a little kid though. That's still wrong.
yeah, it was wrong. Did no guy ever fumbled with you?
No,
Don't be afraid to say it.
no, it didn't
Oh,
happen.
just girl. Okay. Do you have a big penis?
It's normal.
Can we see it?
No,
Why not?
no.
I've seen it.
Just regular.
You got to see Far Sides. You got to see it
Don't make him pull it out.
if he wants to.
Who's Far Side?
Would you like to show your
The one that looks like a Far Side character.
Oh,
First, would you
Stupid
like
question.
to show your penis?
Can you show us your penis? No. Okay.
how much are you packing?
Not much.
Oh, it's awful, huh?
Yeah, it looks.
It's awful.
Oh, don't say that.
It is.
It
It's
looks like
awful.
it's stoned and it's passed out on a beanbag.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all balls
Oh,
Yeah.
little
and no
frightened
cock.
cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than that.
It looks like the stem of an apple.
No, I don't think it looks like that's a bit small for what it is.
It's tiny.
Yeah, it is. He has got a small.
I've been
little
looking
cock.
at his cock all day
Why?
because I've been editing this this short that pilot presentation that I'm working on, and Farside got buck naked for it, and so I'm literally cutting this one scene. I was cutting it for 30 minutes and just constantly staring at his cock. It was pretty exciting.
I feel bad. I didn't realize there's women in the room and Farside's sitting up there. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
apologize.
where's the women?
They're up behind him on the stairs.
Oh, hello. Hey, is the Irish girl still here?
No, this is the Australian one, I think.
Are you an Australian? No,
Living in the
Allison's
house.
from
Who's the one I
Australia.
have to be nice to if I want to do gigs in Australia?
Allison.
Oh.
She's Irish.
Okay, it's the Irish girl again.
She's Irish. Oh my God. It's a wonderful, beautiful accent.
You've performed in Ireland, though.
No,
haven't
I've
you?
never leave the States.
I thought you did Kilkenny.
No, I'll do
Don't
Montreal.
you hate to fly?
No, I'm fine with flying. I'm just a pompous American. I don't like going to even Canada. I don't like going to. Montreal's the most fucking overrated city in the entire.
Oh, I like Montreal.
Enough with that fucking city. It's okay. It's okay, but people are like, that's beautiful. It's
Oh
fucking
no!
beautiful, but it's fucking cold.
The best looking chick I ever fucked was in Montreal. I will not have you say a bad word
Dude,
about
I
it.
hate Canadian pussy. It smells awful. I've honest to God.
I like it because it's been frozen.
Canadian pussy stinks.
fresh.
I've never had one that didn't fucking reek. There's something in the water up there that fucking drives me nuts with their vaginas. Terrible pussies.
No, I've always had good pussy
Oh, really?
from
Okay.
vagina. From from Canada.
Wait, let's check with the expert. Is there a reason?
I would have no idea. It could be him.
But do you know anything about the
No.
water and how it can affect the vagina?
No, well, I know pineapple juice maybe or something.
One of the hottest chicks I've ever been with, one that looked like a complete and utter porn star, was just the hottest fucking thing ever. She just couldn't get the odor right on that thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird when you're like she sucked cock great and everything, but then she'd be like, "Why don't you ever go down on me?" And I just had to crack and tell her and just go, "There's something wrong down there." But she couldn't smell it. Like she was walking around all day with it and just couldn't fucking.
What was
Was
it,
it-
vaginosis or was it fucking like? Cause I like a pussy with some personality. Like I really do. I honestly not dirty, but I like a pussy to smell a little bit. Like I like it.
No, it wasn't just
know
that.
it's
Yeah.
It was one that got more pungent while you were fucking.
Oh, that's the worst. When you
Like
pull it out-
when you're in doggy position, you're trying to pick positions where you're furthest away
Yeah.
from it.
You'd want that if you're blind. If you're blind, you'd want a little bit of a smelly pussy so you
No,
could find it.
No.
Do you think she had a yeast infection? Because some women have very high pH, whatever it is.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
a yeast
I had a
infection, it's
girlfriend
fucking
once that
awful.
it looked like you opened up a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, it's the worst.
It was fucking terrifying. Like I saw it and I didn't know how to tell her to just go, "You need to go
This
to
thing,
the doctor
this
now."
thing looked clean, but see, sometimes I get a stinky penis, but I know when
How
it's
do you get
going
a
on.
stinky penis.
Just What, you've never like fucking wanked like 3 or 4 times in bed, then laid in your own filth while you're coming down off coke and sweat's pouring out of your fucking body, and then the next day your cock just has it. And you got that bit, that smegmery bit where you rub the head of your cock
Yeah,
and you go,
totally.
that doesn't smell.
I forgot that.
I had a girl.
You've never had a bit of thrush next to your testicles, that sweaty bit between?
I told you about that when that happened.
Yeah, I've had that plenty of times.
I had a girl blow me when I was like 16. I was fucking drunk, and my balls were sweating so terribly that I fucking got baby powder and I put it on my balls to try to stop them from sweating. So I went over to her house and we're on our picnic table.
She looked like a dog that found a bag of cocaine.
She fucking might have blown me for 3 seconds, and she went and then stopped blowing me. That's my one smelly ball story of my teenage years. It's a damn good
Did you ever put the Gold Bond on?
No, this was just regular baby powder.
Gold Bond is like, it's got like an antiseptic to it or something, and it feels like you have prickly heat in your balls when you put it on. And it's like guys would do it after football practice. They put this shit on, and I put it on. It feels like your balls are burning, and it's not. And guys do it like every fucking day, and it really felt like my balls were on fire.
I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like Mentos in the mouth or Altoid. I hate that shit.
I'm not even a big fan of the tongue ring.
No,
No, it's
stupid.
unnecessary. It's
Yeah,
unnecessary.
and girls think it's so sexy. Oh, you don't know what I can do with this thing. Take it out. That's what you
Yeah.
can do. It's fucking annoying. Clicking against your teeth. Like, anyway.
Yeah, it's not sexy at all. I kind of want to get fucked with a strap on. Have you ever done that? I
No.
can't do it because it hurts. For real.
If my mother has learned how to download podcasts, the answer is no.
But if mother has not.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I can't do it, dude. I tried, but it
I've
hurts.
done it once. Why I say yeah, of course. I've done
Jason?
it once.
Women
No,
like
I've
doing
never
that.
done that. That's fucking whack.
Women love doing that. It makes them feel powerful, like they have a. I've had a
It
bunch
was
of girls
the
that want to.
girl's decision.
Yeah.
I just joined in. I went, all right, let's do this. I'd shove things up my ass before, but my ass shoving days are over. I got terrible hemorrhoids, so I don't even let people rim me anymore because it's horrible.
Can't you get that
situation.
fixed or something?
No,
You can.
not what he has.
You
Oh,
get
no.
them back, they go away, they come back. But also, it's like I had one that was so big that I've got like this sort of bit of loose skin that hangs off my sphincter like a skin tag. Like you just don't want to lick it. It's like it's like a kid's scrotum when they took the testicles out.
Yeah,
All right, no good.
they're supposed to tie them off. They can tie them off.
You can. I don't give a shit. My ass is good at the moment. We're strong. Me and my ass having a good relationship for the last 4 months, and I don't want to hex it.
He used to shove toilet paper up his ass and just let it soak up the blood.
Yeah, because when I had one hemorrhoid that wouldn't stop, and so then I was going through the airport through the screening thing where you have to empty your pockets, right? And I put my hands above my head, and they went, "You still have something in your back pocket," and it looked worse, like I'd shoved something up my ass to get
like,
through security.
Sure.
And I just had to pull out this bloody clotted tissue, just like.
Here, I'm smuggling Magic Johnson's blood. Hand it to him.
Back into Africa.
12 monkeys.
You should have just put a tampon in your ass.
Well, they'd still see that as well.
No, but I'm just saying that would probably soak up
I'm
the
not,
blood.
no, it
better.
wasn't, like some days were good, some days were bad. I'm not carrying around tampons
You
to
could-
shove up my fucking ass.
You could start your own business though, like Jim Jeffries tampons that you shove up your ass.
Bleeding roids are a real problem. Like, I've never had a bleeding roid, but they're supposed to be awful.
I've had it where I wipe and all of a sudden I look down and there's blood.
Oh, all right.
And is that
a mountain of blood sometimes. I've decorated a bowl. I've had one of them like pop and then like a Jackson Pollock painting.
I've had it not so bad, but I've had it where I wipe and it just looks like when a girl, kisses her lipstick on the tissue. to
Oh,
get the
right.
lipstick off, like that bad.
Yeah.
That's because he had a girl kiss his ass earlier that day. That wasn't a good joke.
That's all right. We're all just chatting on the couch. I've ripped 8 child porn jokes already.
Jason, you're hysterical tonight.
I'm just the visual of Jim's hemorrhoid pop.
Fired.
And whoosh. Can we get more into your fucking fingernails?
No, what happened
How's
was
your hair care products going? How's the business going?
great. So
Did you sell some today?
yeah,
How much did you sell? How much money did you make today?
I don't want to discuss that with you.
Why not? Lives are at stake.
No. So anyways, I ate a THC
$20.
lozenge the other day,
Right.
and I got really baked off of it, and
Geez, some stoners. Some stoners
so I was
can work.
talked into this. Well, I got really high. I didn't expect to talk. I was just
Who talked you into it?
A friend.
girl?
Yeah, just
I know it was a
friend.
girl.
No, she's a friend.
How long were you off drugs for before you went back to him?
2 months.
Can you imagine he's worse off drugs?
Yeah. What made you go back?
This show. He gets nervous coming over here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Jim makes him nervous. I don't make you nervous, do I?
No.
It's Jim.
No.
Yeah.
He's a bully.
Shut up, you fat cunt. How am I a bully? When
You're
am
a
I?
bully.
Why am I a bully?
You just threw it all around the room. Push me, push.
I just push you and push you.
Yeah.
When did I last bully you?
A couple minutes ago.
Do you not sense that poor Jim and Eddie are trying to get some magic out of you?
Yeah. That's all we're trying to do.
Well,
And
you know.
not delivering.
I think we've squeezed all the magic that's.
You've let us down. We're trying to impress Jim Norton. You let us down. We talked you up.
No, I
to
know.
the
It's
game.
funny as you guys are talking to him, hundreds of times on the air, talking, and like when you get one of the guys in, that's like one of those dudes, and they just whenever you want them to give you something, they give you nothing.
Bobo, the guy that
That's what I
you
was thinking
you
of.
have in, yeah, Bobo. That was quite possibly the most shocked I've ever been on any radio show or anything.
Is that the Down syndrome guy they pick on?
He's like a simpleton. He's mildly retarded. He really likes the Mets. He has a penis that looks like it's been gnarled on by like a rat.
Yeah, it's a
and
chewed.
like a big bush around his cock. And then like what happens is they make him drop his pants while Jim sits there and goes, breasts, big lovely breasts, vagina.
Oh, yeah.
And his little rocket comes out to about 2.5 inches. And then he starts talking about baseball and it goes down again.
Yeah, we
And they
played
start-
the up and down game where
you can get-
it really is a phenomenon. Where I'll talk about a girl because I think he's got partial autism and
Partial?
but I mean like he's partially autistic, and his cock gets rock hard. I kind of envy that. Like his dick just gets hard from hearing dirty things, and he'll just kind of like go, and he just kind of zones out and listens, and his cock stands up, and then you talk about the fucking Mets man, the right fielder, right? He's like, yeah, no, I know, and he just starts talking about it. He hasn't realized that that's been broken, and his cock. It's one of my favorite Patrice memories. Is the first time
It's
Patrice
the first time Patrice dropped his
saw
pants.
the up and down.
The up and down with Patrice. A lot of people had to leave the room. There just
Yeah.
wasn't the space.
He just force fed me his cock, and I fucking fell in love with him.
I read a story you just told on that Reddit thing. Is it Reddit?
Yeah.
About Patrice and his glass dildos. It was fucking hysterical.
Oh, yeah, that was in the whorehouses.
So I remember when you guys always used to go to Brazil, and I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Why are they going to Brazil?" And it was like, "Why do you think, asshole?" And Patrice, I didn't know he'd bring a bag of fucking dildos with him.
glass dildos. You'd have cases on them. It's fucking fuck Reddit. They're real. I just did an AMA yesterday, and they're fucking. It's like if you miss a question, they think you're avoiding it. What twats they are on Reddit.
What is it?
An AMA?
Yeah.
It's an Ask Me Anything where
Oh.
they're good to do. I mean, apparently a lot of people read them, but you have to answer anything. Like Woody Harrelson really fucked up, I heard, because he was not at all forthcoming, and he was trying to promote a movie called Rampart, and he kept going, "Let's talk about the movie, people." And there's nothing worse than when a fucking actor goes, "Back to the film, people," like we want to hear you promote. The fuck have you had any actors on? And they try to promote their fucking shitty movies. It's horrible.
The glass dildos were fucking hilarious.
I know, it's amazing. We're talking about glass dildos, and I fucking move on to Reddit. What a no instincts idiot I am.
What is Reddit?
Exactly, it's a website.
Yeah, but
that
it's
shows you my awful
it's the
comic
it's the
instincts.
website that I told you about. That there was somehow I read about Andy Dick stories, and people were telling Andy Dick stories on it, and there were like 400 stories, and everybody had the same story. Like, I was on my college campus one night, we're having a party, and all of a sudden Andy Dick stumbles in, and the next thing you know, he's fucked up, and he's he's fucking doing coke with this guy, and then the next story would be like, oh my God, that same thing happened to me. I was in Boise, Idaho.
In 10 years, they're all going to be on the same forum going, does anyone have a cold and lesions?
But can you please tell the glass dildo thing?
There's really nothing to tell. I mean, he would literally just bring glass dildos into the whorehouse, and you would go onto the second floor, and you would meet girls, and he would just go down to the locker and get his bag of dildos and bring it up to the third floor. There's really no story.
You had a locker like
You have
That's what I
lockers.
like.
Yeah, you change your clothes. There's a photo in my first book of me and Patrice in our fucking robes, changing. That's what you would do. You fucking.
And what, is it just because it's cheap in Brazil? The women are
it's
great
because-
looking?
No, and with $100 American, you can fuck a 10. $60 American even. You could fuck a 10. And that's what we were doing. It was almost, I didn't get turned on as much as he did. Like, he wanted to move there. But I thought it was okay. He really did. He loved it. But for me, the language barrier turned me off because I like weird shit. Like,
Were they good hookers? Did they work
amazing
hard?
hookers.
Yeah.
Their breath all smelled like Listerine because they would all rinse out because of the alcohol and Listerine. They think that's going to stop them from getting. But I was in a weird self-hatred mode. I fucked a girl without a rubber twice in Brazil. It was like, because she kept saying, you special. And she let me fuck her without a bag, which was, I guess I was bent on killing myself.
Yeah, no, I know that situation. The drive home,
You
horrible.
can't get it.
Yeah, that's what I told myself at the moment. But we would take 100 milligram Viagra's and just go and fuck whores all night. And then you finally come on the last girl. I went with Keith, Patrice, Bobby, Kelly, a bunch of us.
Didn't Jason Steinberg used to go?
Oh,
with
yes,
you?
he did. Yeah. We'd all be fucking chicks. He'd just be sitting on the beach staring at something. Jason was funny because he's a horribly cheap guy, and he had this shitty travel agent card, and he was always trying to get discounts everywhere.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Is it legalized down there?
It's accepted, not legalized. It's tolerated, but they know what I think they're called the thermos, right? The whorehouses. They let you do what you want, but you can't walk around there because you'll get fucking stabbed. It's a horrible place.
Sounds fun. Let's go.
So there'll be no podcast next week. I'm going on holiday.
I'm taking out all my 60s.
I want to go to Amsterdam once. They speak English there. which
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
I would like more.
skanky.
That sucks, right?
Yeah.
They're good-looking birds, but you're rushed in and out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and it's in a little really horrible.
I asked a hooker
room.
once how much for me to come in and just cry, and she goes, "Go away, you're weird."
She was right.
Yeah. Vegas is the easiest though.
Vegas is
Hookers
a lot
in
of
Vegas
there's a lot of
everywhere.
rip-offs in Vegas though. There's a lot of fucking rip-off prostitutes in Vegas. I had a lot of bad experiences with girls in Vegas because they're just not they're bait and switch type shit. I've had a couple of bait and switch in New York where you
call for an Asian and you get a Mexican?
Actually, I called for a blonde and I got like a chubby Asian chick. And I actually showed her. I gave her 50 for coming, but I fucking showed her like the ad. And she's like, yeah, they do that all the time. And she was kind of like sweet about it. So I just gave her $50 and she left. That's the whole story.
You wanted a blonde. Number 6, go.
No, but it's an odd thing,
It's
man.
like a
Guys
taxi
will,
rank. You're
guys
out,
will
go.
fuck you anyway. They don't care.
Well, I got to get going.
All right.
Me too.
I got something in the morning to do.
What do you got to do?
I got an audition. I haven't learned it, so I got to go home and learn it. And I got to do the fucking American accent, which sucks.
Let me hear you do the American accent.
Oh, this is good.
I don't do it badly.
No, but it's funny because it's just
I'll just
weird. to hear
here we
you
go.
do it.
Here we go. Have you seen pro athletes wearing these bracelets now? Flex Sport. What's so bad about that? Hi, my name's Jim Jeffries. I'm from San Francisco. I'm having a great time here.
You just sounded like Minnesota.
Ah, fuck off. I'm giving it a
Just
go.
don't say where you're from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You sound American.
Make it be anywhere USA.
it's okay. It just every time I speak an American accent, I feel faggy.
Yeah.
That'll be the only time you ever read an advertisement on the show.
You guys get live reads?
Yeah.
We do have one live read.
Do you do
Should-
live
should I,
reads,
should I do
Rowan?
it right now?
Ashley
it,
Madison
do it.
requested me,
Okay,
so
this is how bad I am at reading. I get very nervous doing this. Have you seen pro athletes wearing these bracelets? Now, Flex Sport has put their negative ion technology into a lightweight, stylish, and waterproof digital watch. If you don't already know, negative ions are scientifically proven to boost strength, balance, endurance. Did you know that, Eddie?
No, I didn't, Jim.
Eddie
Thanks for
didn't
telling
know
me.
it, but now I've told him. So, whether you're already in shape or want to improve your fitness, now I'm already in shape, but
This is
I've
our-
got to improve my fitness. You need an extra boost to get started. The Flex Sport watch is for you. For only $1,295. Wait a minute, I missed the point mark. That's only $12.95. That's much cheaper. Comes in 4 colors: red, white, black, and pink. FlexSportWatch.com.
Let me ask Jim now, knowing being in radio for as many years as you have, we had one advertiser and we fucked with them so much they left.
Sometimes
Are we going to lose that one now?
No, I mean that wasn't brutal. We've lost.
That wasn't me. That
advertisers
wasn't me.
before.
That
That wasn't
No,
bad.
but just the way we're talking
No,
about it.
we'll repeat that at least 400 times over the next 400 episodes.
We've lost them fucking around. But some of them like to be messed with. Some of them like the in-show reads where you make it a part of the show. They
Right.
like to be like Steven Singer likes that, and Ashley Madison requested that I do them, and they write them really dirty. And I actually
We wouldn't do
clean
Ashley
them up.
Madison.
Really?
Yeah, we just felt bad about breaking up marriages.
Oh, I fucking love Ashley Madison. Love them. Yeah.
You started, what year did you start at O&A?
2000.
Yeah, because remember, I was on the morning show there.
You're sick.
Oh my God! Fuck yeah, man! I forgot about that.
I was on Sports Guys.
Sports Guys.
And you were doing the afternoon. Were you guys the show? I came into your studio once, and you had a fat tranny in a baby pool, and you'd given him. Oh, Ron and Fez did
Maybe
this.
that was Ron and Fez.
They gave him an enema, and we all told jokes, and whoever could get him to release the water.
Oh, yeah. That
And
was,
Opie put Ben Gay on the tube, so his asshole was burning, and it was fucking hysterical because the guy was trying to hold the water in.
Oh, I forgot you.
And
were on
then
that show.
Opie said, he goes, one puts the lotion in the basket or one gets the hose again. And all of a sudden the guy just went, ah! And you just heard all this fucking shit splatter all over the baby pool.
And you can't do that in radio anymore, man. Radio stinks now. Podcasting is the way to go.
But even on you can still do things on satellite, right?
Satellite, you can't do that stuff because you're everywhere in the U.S. and everywhere in Canada, and they're so afraid it's going to be a fucking community standards violation, which is how they get pornographers and throw them in, so they're fucking paranoid. They won't even let us play certain bits. If we can't do it on the air now, because we had a guy in studio shit into a diaper, they won't let us play that. They won't let us play anything that is what they would consider a possible community standards violation.
What is a community standard? Hold on, we gotta find this
I don't
out.
know if you remember this, but I once did Opie and Anthony, and I was plied with so many drugs when I brought that Irish guy.
Andrew Maxwell.
Yes, Andrew Maxwell. I like him.
Yeah, and I brought Andrew Maxwell in, and I was just filled with drugs. And anyway, check
When
out
I did regular radio, we weren't even allowed to drink on the air. There was like a law about like if you were drinking, you had to like fill out paperwork and shit like that and explain what you were doing. And so I can't believe they let you do drugs.
Well, this is the weird thing about drugs.
Well, you didn't do them, by the way, on the show. You just said you were on them. So.
No. What? But ordinarily, you go to Opie and Anthony, and it's very hard to get into the building because Jim Jeffries is my real name, and so I have to explain that it's a stage name, it's my middle name, and I have a different surname, and all that type of stuff. And then like Roland will come down and get me, and and then eventually I'll get up into the building. This time, I was taking drugs on the roof of a skyscraper with some guy who was playing, and Andrew Maxwell is a friend of mine, and the three of us, we just met this guy, and then I said, I'm going to do radio, right? This is why I was in New York. I said, come on down, right? We got into the building just with like drug confidence. Like no one seemed to stop us. I was getting past every security check. And then when we got in there, normally you guys make me sit around for about 40 minutes until
Not me.
till you bring me in, right? You make me like I have no problems with that, and then you wait till there's a moment. And then we got Jim Jeffries, and you bring me in. But this time, I think someone went, "Jim's fucked. His eyes are," and then there was like, "Get him straight in."
Yeah, I never know when people are there until they show up. They don't. It's not my decision.
What were you on?
I was on ecstasy and some coke and some more ecstasy. I was on a lot of ecstasy. But then I came in, they gave me more alcohol. And then there was something Jolie, the porn.
Ariana Jolie.
Yeah, she came in and she said to me, she goes, "You stink of alcohol." And I go, "Well, you suck cocks for a living." Whose parent do you think is more disappointed right now? And then it all got really nasty. And then I said, "Oh, come on, I'm
Imagine
sorry."
that.
I said, "I'm sorry. I'd like to date with you." And she goes, "Really, do you like me?" And I did that old line of, I went, "I'd eat your shit." And then she goes, "Oh, maybe I'd like that." I go, "I don't think you would because I'm going to cut it out with a knife." Like it wasn't my finest moment. And I went back and I went to sleep and I woke up with the most level of shame I've ever had in my
You
time.
wrote me an apology.
I wrote you an apology.
You didn't need to.
Yeah, but I felt so much shame about doing that after that. That was the worst. Because I've been drunk on stage and made a dick of myself.
I think you called me right afterwards and told me about that.
But to this day, at least once a month, someone will bring that up and come and talk to me. And how much
I've gone shit faced. I don't do drugs, but I went one time. I was out with Fiona O'Loughlin all night. We know Fiona. She's an Australian comic who will explain her.
She's a drunk.
She gets so
I'll tell
up.
you Fiona O'Loughlin's story, right? She and she won't mind me saying because they're
She's great.
friends.
She's hilarious.
And these are well-known stories. She's a really tremendous comic. She's a woman in her mid-40s. She's got a few kids and everything.
Lost one of her kids in the liquor store once.
Yeah, she became a comic late on life. She grew up in this real shitty part of Australia.
Like Sally Field in Punchline.
Exactly, right. She meets Tom Hanks, right? And Anyway, so Fiona, she was boozing a bit, and every time I've been with her, she's been drunk, and then she gave up booze because there was an incident when she was on Dancing with the Stars in Australia. Yeah. She rocked up to Dancing with the Stars drunk for a dance performance, and then she had to be like, and she said, I'm a recovering alcoholic. She's not recovering, she's just an alcoholic. But she said, I've fallen off the wagon. And my mum rang up and said, your friend Fiona, she's been so good. She's fallen off the wagon, but she's getting better again. So she was faking being off alcohol. Maybe she was off alcohol.
She was off for a little bit.
She was off alcohol.
But I don't know, because she one time took me out to eat and said, I'm going into rehab. I've never done this. I'm so scared. Do I have your support? And I was like, yeah, of course you do. I don't. She's like, I've never been. I don't know what it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Then I talked to your manager. Jim has the same manager. He goes, no, she went last year too.
So she's on stage in a 2,000-seat theater in Australia. Like, she sells tickets over there, right? And she's doing this gig. She's doing it. And the whole show was meant to be about her going to a therapist. So it was a real performance piece more than a stand-up bit, where she'd break from the routines and then she'd lay on the couch and the lights would dim and she'd act like she was talking to the therapist and all that stuff. Anyway, she's blind drunk and she's talking about being sober on stage. Like, I'm sober now, right? She lays down on the couch, falls asleep, right? In front of 2,000 people, falls asleep for 5 minutes.
Was it the Opera House?
Yeah, she falls asleep. I've heard this story both from family members of her manager and everything. So, and like, it's a well-known story. She falls asleep. The audience aren't sure whether this is a bit, right? But after 5 minutes, it becomes like, fuck, she's asleep. So someone crawls from the audience on the stage, wakes her up, and she goes, you're all fucking cunts, you can fuck off. Like a drunk in an alleyway who's been told off and storms off the stage.
She's a doozy little Fiona. Didn't you just have her daughter stay
Her daughter just stayed at my house, yeah.
Yeah, our kids are always like, you'll be out with the kids, like, because they're all like in their 20s, and you'll be hanging out with them, and like, fuck, we can't find mom, and like they have to track her down. They'll be calling each other, and they'll be like, I saw her with Mickey D a little bit ago. I don't know where the fuck they were going. I was out with her till 7 in the morning.
She moved to Melbourne now.
Did she?
Yeah.
I was out with her till 7 in the morning, and I got a phone call like, you have to do radio. And I was like, oh fuck, and I had to go straight to radio, and just shit faced, like so drunk that you're like just trying to contain yourself. You're like, don't throw up, don't fuck this up. Like, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. And I got out of it. My manager, when I came out, she goes, that was the best radio you've ever done. And I go, I'm fucking shit faced right now. Like, I can't even see straight. Like, and she goes, how? Where? I go, Fiona. I was with Fiona. That's all I know. We need to get her.
Well, she never comes out here. She's come out to a couple of gigs. But if
she's fucking funny. Her stand-up's great.
She's one of the best female comics I've ever seen. I don't mean that in a nasty, that females aren't funny type of thing, but that's how
in the Adam Carolla way.
No, Adam Carolla. Look,
Adam's
Carolla.
Awesome.
I don't think Adam said anything that wrong. He was just saying that when there's a TV show and they put a writing staff on, in the same way they got to put minorities into certain jobs and all that sort of stuff, there's always got to be a chick writer, and sometimes they're not the most qualified person or the best person for the job, but they have to make up the numbers. I understand what he's saying. I don't think he was saying that chicks weren't funny, because he listed off a whole lot of women that he thought were funny. In the thing, he actually listed them off.
A whole lot, like 3.
Well, that's 3. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of great female comics.
Excellent female comics.
As a whole, men are funny. It's not even. I'm not saying there's nothing controversial about that. We're trained that being funny is a really good quality, whereas women are more nurturing. It's just the way we're.
It's also
raised.
men rag on each other. Men can say something. Your shirt looks shit. You smell like a bag of whatever.
It's like saying. It's
but
like
women don't have that relationship where they go, show us your cunt so we can laugh at it.
Right.
Where Far Side pulls out his fucking dick and we all clap and go,
I don't know if a fat girl pulled out her cunt right now, I would laugh my ass off.
Here's how you know.
No, but she won't. Other girls won't do that.
When's the last time a girl did that?
When's the last time a girl said, "Hey, put on the Three Stooges"? When is the last time a fucking chick requested the Three Stooges?
Yeah.
That to me is why we say they're not as funny, because not one woman I know enjoys the fucking Stooges.
There were a lot of women that didn't get that.
There's very few comedy chick flicks as well, and if they are comedy chick flicks, they're not very funny movies.
Bridesmaids was funny.
Yeah,
Bridesmaids wasn't a chick flick though. That was
Yeah,
sort
it was.
of.
I thought it was overrated, but it was
was funny.
I thought I was on a plane today with Kristen Wiig too. I kept looking at this girl. I'm like, is that Kristen Wiig?
She's funny. Kristen Wiig's
She's
funny.
fucking great.
Yeah, I think she's very funny. I think that the big chick's very funny in that film as well.
But
Fatso.
there were some girls that defended Adam Carolla, and I thought that, like, if you make a generalization like that, like he also said, you don't see white guys in, basketball. Like, you don't see an attractive shot putter, female shot putter. I'm going to go out there and say that. Like, you wouldn't have a whole bunch of fucking women coming at you and going, that's terrible. Every fucking
But if they were attractive, they'd wear a watch that helps them balance.
with negative ion.
With negative ion for $12.95.
Wait, I want to ask you before he leaves, what's this community shit that you can get in trouble for?
Oh, community standards. It's just
It's not FCC.
no. The FCC has no
jurisdiction
say
over
over
satellite.
satellite or cable or you guys. But if a community standard, if it's deemed to be obscene in a community and you ship it there, but you're a subscription service, so you probably have no problem whatsoever. Just like satellite, but their lawyers overthink it. But that's what Max Hardcore got in trouble for. We got him on the mail. Like, he mailed stuff to Tampa that was illegal there, and he went to jail for 4 years. Maybe
Tommy
less.
Chon did something like that, didn't he?
Well, Tommy
Yeah,
Chon was...
no, he had pot.
Yeah,
he
it
had
was marijuana
paraphernalia.
paraphernalia.
I have to go because I have.
Yeah, I gotta go as
I
well.
appreciate you guys
Thank
having
you,
me
Jim
on.
Norton. Thanks for coming.
Yes,
Norton,
thank you very
plug
much.
your special again.
This Saturday, after this appearance, I wouldn't expect you to watch it, but if you have nothing else to do, this Saturday on Epics.
Thank you very much, Jim. Thanks, man.